and welcome to today's episode of I'm Doing My Homework, where we have all of my fun band stuff that we're doing today for April the 6th. I had some rehearsal that I had to do, so I have this list of things here that we're going to do, and that's the plan. The first thing that I had to do for rehearsal today is play 4 of the things in this wonderful book. So I think that I'm just going to play the first 4 because that seems like the easiest thing to do for today. I know that in past videos, like, you could see me playing, but also I don't feel like camera angles and remembering to make sure I'm in frame and looking at myself while editing this video later. And I think that my band director knows that I'm actually doing this, so maybe we'll be okay. So, number 1. Okay, that was number 1. And number 3 and 4 and 2. Out of order, of course. But I played them in order. It's these ones. So the next order of business is the rhythm of the day for April 6th, which I looked up on Canvas. And I wrote it down so that I don't have to print it out because that would be expensive after a while. And then I wrote out the counts so that I would know what they were. And then I wrote them out again over here. And these lines are representative of the beats. I don't know why I decided I needed to do this, but whatever. One and 3 and a 4 and. There we go. See, I can do it. So the last order of business, our director decided that we needed to have a solo that we're going to work on, which makes sense. I like it. And I've also been playing way too much Hollow Knight lately, so because I am the world's biggest nerd, I've chosen False Night from Hollow Knight, which is one of the boss themes. It's the boss theme for the False Night, which makes sense because it's called False Night. So I'm gonna get some tape, because there are 4 of these little bitty pages, you know, and I need them where I can get them. So I'm gonna get some paper tape and tape them to my music stand so that I can actually read them. And I'll be back when I do that. Okay, we're back. So I need a pencil. Now I have a pencil. Okay. So I'm gonna sight read this. Is my plan. I don't know how well it's gonna go. I've heard this song a million times because I really like the Hollow Knight soundtrack. But to sight read, we have to mark things, and I thought that would be interesting for video, so we're going to do that now. First thing that I want to mark is that this is in 12/8 time. I have no idea how to count 12/8 time, so I'm going to hypothesize here. The 8 means that the 8th note gets the beat, right? And that there are 12 beats per the measure. So I know how I would count the song in my head, because this goes da 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 da. I can count that in 4. It's like this fast. So I think that that's how I'm going to count this song, even though it's in 12/8. The next thing I want to mention is the key signature. We have only an F sharp, which is a G flat. That means that this song is in the key of G major, I think. Let me check. Let me check that real quick. Okay, yes. This song is in the key of G major. And after playing that scale, I remembered that I think I have some scales to play. I was right. We do have some scales to play. We have the A flat and B flat scales, so we'll play the B flat scale real quick. And then the A flat scale. That was really difficult for some reason, I don't know why. Anyways, back to marking things for sight reading. So that's how I'm going to count it. It's in G major, which is not a terrible key signature to play. Up to this point, I think it's going to be fairly simple, because I've heard the song a million times. This note, these 2 notes I need to mark because they're super low, and I don't actually know what they are, so that's not very helpful at all. This is an F, that's an E, so that makes, this is C, and that's a B. That's out of my range, so I can't play that. This is a C though. I can play that. So, this was problematic. I know that I was, this is a violin piece actually, which is why this is probably happening. So I think that what's going to happen is, because the same thing happens over here in this part. So in order to play this, because I really want to, I think that these I'm going to play up an octave. And I'll play this up an octave as well. Right, then I can come back here, and here I can come back as well. I don't know if there are any other places like that. It doesn't look like there are. Those are the only 2 places where I have these super low notes, right? So this one is another C, I think. No. That's way lower than a C. This is a problem. This is a C here. This is a B. That means that this is an A. And this is a B, and this is an A. There we go. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense now. I also need to mark my accidentals. There are a lot of them. I think that there are too many accidentals to mark, so for right now I'm going to leave the accidentals. I I'm going to try airplaying through this real quick and then I'm going to come back. Where do we end on the recording? 13:07. So I'll come back after I airplay this and then I will sight read for you and see how that goes. Okay, we're back. I'm going to close the door because I forgot to do that before I started the camera. I've been airplaying for a good 10 minutes now. Trying to figure out this piece. It's going to take a lot more than 10 minutes of airplaying, I can tell you that. Especially like these parts here. And this part isn't particularly difficult going slow, but it repeats a lot and it's difficult on the fingers. And so on the brain a little bit, it's a little bit weird. This part looks like it's just going to be not very nice. It's going to take a lot of practice. But I think I got it. I'm going to try to airplay it now. I'm not going to have a constant tempo, I can tell you that, because I'm going to want to play the parts that I can actually maybe play at tempo, but then these parts I really can't play at tempo. Definitely not. But we're going to give this a try, from start to end. Then I'll tell you what time it is, and I'll leave again for another 15 minutes of actual practice, and come back and record it again and see how it improved. So, from the top. That's wrong. Okay, I'm gonna stop for a second. We're here now. That went terribly. But I like it. Okay, that's the first page. We're gonna try the second page now. It looks not nice, but... I know that's a chromatic, but it's not. What the hey is A sharp though? And then okay. That wasn't very nice. But we made it more or less through the second page. We know that the problem areas are this repeating rhythm, which I played twice instead of just once. This part I know in the original song can be replaced with this, but I'm gonna play that anyways because it's in the music. This part's hard, obviously, because look how fast that kind of crap is. But that's okay. We got it. We know that those low notes are not very nice, especially because I'm trying to throw them up an octave. That I can actually play at the correct octave, I believe. Let me try that real quick while I'm thinking about it. I can play at the correct octave. So we're going to try this part now, I think. Most of that looks fairly simple aside from these first two bars, which are simple but are going to be difficult to play, especially with the accidentals that are happening in there. It looks like not too many of the accidentals repeat. Does that make sense? That none of the accidentals repeat? I don't know. But we're going to try it. All of that I can play in the correct octave as well, so we're going to be trying to play it all in the correct octave instead of up one. So let's go for this. That's the same thing repeated twice. Except that this part is up an octave. Okay, that's cool. So I can more or less play the first bar, so I can play the second bar. That makes this a lot easier. That definitely makes this a lot easier. We're gonna go on to measure 52. It's the third bar on this page. Because I don't feel like you're playing all of this. I know I'm not even playing right, but you know, it's okay. This is all chromatic. I don't think that I can play it that fast. on and so forth. I think I'm gonna have to mark the first notes of each of those runs so that I can actually tell what's going on with that. Because that's not easy to read. I mean, it's simple, but it's also very fast, and also I'm gonna have to mark the rest of that. But then it ends like this. Maybe I can play this right, I don't know. Then I have no idea what this note is. I don't even know. Let's see. This is an F. So that's a G, A, B. That's a high B. I'm going to have to look up the fingerings for that again because I forgot what Jessica told me it was. But I thought I started airplaying. I did not airplay very well. That's not how you're supposed to airplay. Don't take after me.